What's going on, everybody? It's Oscar Cisneros with Grease Monkey Garage out here in El Cajon, getting ready to service your car needs today or tomorrow, whenever you want to swing on by. Anyways, we opened up a shop again. If you guys don't know, it's very exciting. It's a complete blessing to be in this place, and we look forward to being able to service your needs, helping you out, get you back on the road, and just doing what you expect from a good mechanic, right? Just good quality service to get you guys back on the road. With that being said, I think about the management that's involved in running a place like this. And you think that a lot of times, most people think that being a good mechanic will roll over into being a good business manager or a business owner. And that's simply not true. There's a lot more context involved in that relationship where fixing cars, being good at it is great, but managing, doing books, office administration, completely different ballgame. So there's multiple hats here. So in the situation, I was thinking of Solomon, King Solomon in the biblical text, and he was a very young king. And when he rose up to the position of power, he had a dream where God had asked him, "What is it that you would like?" And Solomon answered very wisely. He said, "You know what, God, you have a great people, a people that I don't understand, far beyond my capacity. Give me the wisdom that I need so that I can rule your people in a just and honorable way." And God was so pleased with that answer because he didn't say, "I want long life." He didn't reply with, "I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to have this. I want to have that." He spoke and answered in a way that represented the will of God, perfect, with wisdom and with understanding. Now, in life, whenever you're given a position, whether it's a new position in employment, a new job, you just became a father, um, sometimes life changes, and sometimes we have to navigate uncertainties and situations that we might not fully comprehend. So, a book that I love to get into, especially now that I'm in a shop like this, is the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs translates pretty much to the ability to live life skillfully, a godly life in an ungodly world. However, we all understand that this is not a simple assignment. It is not a simple assignment. I mean, it takes a lot of understanding, it takes a lot of prudence, a lot of knowledge. But look at the way Solomon opens up and shares this wisdom with us, and see if it graces you, or it leaves an imprint on you. So the chapter 1 verse 2 starts off with, "To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. To understand a proverb, an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." To finish off here, "My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother, for they will be a graceful ornament on your head and chains about your neck." Chapter 3, or verse 3 says, "To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity." To receive that. You can't go to the store and you can't say, "Hey, can I have an ounce of wisdom? Can I get a pound of justice?" Because they're intangible values. They don't exist in the physical world, but they exist in a world, in the world of our minds, in this consciousness that we possess. And when we have the ability to receive these virtues, they tend to allow us to navigate life's complications rather easily. How to be a good father, how to be a good brother, how to be a good son, how to be a forgiving son if you got an issue with your dad, how to navigate your relationship with your wife, how to be a good business owner, how to treat neighbors, how to talk to people in general. It allows you to grasp the situation and navigate through it properly. What's interesting, however, is that sometimes most situations, because it says here in chapter verse 10, and I love this. I omitted this for a reason, but I'm going to add it in now. I'm going to insert it now. It says, "For there will be graceful ornament on your head, and the chains about your neck." And it says, "My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent." Well, what is that? What does that mean? What does it mean, do not consent? What does it mean to be enticed? Well, that's where the understanding for the simple man kicks in, because you see, any and every time you're about to get into a bad situation or you're going to navigate into uncharted waters, it's not always verbal. There's always these presuppositions, or there's context that ultimately is unspoken. It's an unspoken contact. Sometimes it could be something like a wink, like it could be a smile, it could be a touch on the hand, it could be a lot of nonverbal communication, and we have to be intelligent enough to be able to grasp the situation before we involve ourselves in something that potentially could lead to our downfall. Ultimately, wisdom is the opposite of that. Wisdom is something that equips you and it arms you so that as you begin to take on the assignments of life, you can again have the understanding to be practical and to again live life skillfully. So with that being said, I hope that this blessed you today. I hope that as we begin to kind of just dive into the book of Proverbs, that you guys can begin to know wisdom, instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive this wisdom, the justice, the judgment, the equity, to be prudent, to give it to the simple, and allow it to bless you and allow it to bless other people. And the reason I like to share this stuff is because I think it's quite simple, right? Jesus says this, and I love what he says. He says, a lampstand is placed in a place where the light can shine and the people can see it. You don't place a lampstand under your bed. So when you have this light, when you have this gift, you want to share it with people. And it's not a self-appointed gift. This isn't something that I've given to myself. It's just naturally you begin to find out what your niche is in life. You find out what it is that you're gifted at. Some are very gifted in serving. Some are very gifted in speaking. Others are gifted in writing. There's so many broad ways of being able to provide a unique skill set that only you possess. So I encourage you today to find out what that is, apply it into your life, and hopefully you can live life masterfully and skillfully, and that you can live godly in an ungodly world. Thanks for checking this out, guys. Oscar is out.